The last thing that I would like to show you are OSINT flowcharts. Now, an OSINT flowchart is basically a step-by-step visualization of an OSINT process that begins with a specific piece of information like a phone number, email address, or a username. So let's say that you are performing an OSINT investigation and you have got a username and you would like to find information about this username. So what an OSINT flowchart will do is that it's going to tell you what you can do with a piece of information. For example, you can search for this username on What's My Name, on search engines, on people search engines, etc. This will also help you to ensure that you do not miss any steps. So let's say that you have searched for this username on What's My Name, but you have forgot to search for it on search engines. So by looking at the flowchart, you will know what steps you have missed and therefore search for the username somewhere else. So the first flowcharts that I would like to show you are by Intel Techniques. All you have to do is just to go to the link that you will find in the resources of this lecture. And then you want to click on flowcharts. And then you want to download the file. And then you want to extract this file by right mouse click and then extract all. And then extract. And here is the folder. If I go to it, I'm going to see multiple pictures and PDF files. So let's say that you have someone's real name, for example, and you would like to know where should you look for this name. So I'm going to open this PDF file. And you can see that if you have a real name, then you can search for this name on Twitter or Facebook. And if you were able to find a Facebook profile, then you can extract the username and perform a username OSINT that we have covered in a previous section. You can also search for the person's real name in different search engines like Google, Bing, or Yandex. And you might be able to find phone numbers, addresses, or resumes. You can also search for this name in people search engines like True People Search, Fast People Search, etc. And to save some time, you can use the Intel Techniques People Search tool that will search for a given name in multiple people search engines. If you scroll down more, you can see that you can search in voter records, which is also something that we have covered, and in data breaches as well, which might find interests or social media accounts. Now let me close this flowchart. You can see here that we have multiple flowcharts. We have one for telephones, we have one for username, domain, etc. The next thing that I would like to show you is something called your OSINT graphical analyzer. So let's say that you have a piece of information. Let's say that you have a username. Then you want to zoom in. And here you will see a node called username. So I'm going to click on it. And this will highlight the paths that I can take to search for this username. So I can go to What's My Name, for example. So if I hovered over this node, I'll see an example. So I can go to What's My Name and search for this username. I can also guess the email address, which is also something that we have covered. And I can search for this username in search engines and people search engines like ID Crawl. Now let's say that you have a phone number. Then I'm going to click on phone number and I can search for it in search engines, in social media accounts using the reset password function. And I can also search for it in people search engines like True People Search, Fast People Search. And this is obviously if the person is using a US phone number. But if the person is using an international phone number, then you can use SyncMe or Truecaller. So let me go up and I can also search in government records. Now, what I have realized is that you will not be able to find all the steps, which is why I have made a recap lecture for every section that I made, because this will be your resource to know what you can do with a certain information. For example, by clicking on phone number, we didn't find the option to search in leaked databases, which is why I think it's important to use multiple flowcharts when you are conducting an OSINT investigation. So if you were able to get a phone number, email address, a name, then you can always use these flowcharts or go to the recap lecture that I made at the end of each section.